know.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
get to
you
the
go.
point.
Get
you
to
know?
the point. So check
Right.
this out. Here we go. Welcome to the Bake Sale podcast. Oh my goodness, I got to do this again.
Yeah,
This
I
is-
love it.
this
We
is-
always get more opportunities in life when we just can accept that, mistakes are part of the path.
Yes, they are. They are a part of the path, and this is perfect. This is great because this is the Bake Sale Session podcast. Adrian, Megan, this is episode 16.
Wow, sweet 16.
Sweet 16, and it is entitled Chantilly Cake.
Yum.
So, Chantilly Cake is great for a book club. It's light, it's airy, it's fluffy, it's yellow cake, it's homemade whipped cream with a bunch of berries in between each layer of cake. 3 layers.
Wow.
And it's perfect for this weather.
And perfect for a book club.
Exactly.
How fun.
Exactly. This is why I did this, Catherine, because we want to make sure we introduce you the right way. The incomparable, the audacious, the vivacious Catherine Hiller, author of Just Say Yes, a Marijuana Memoir. Let's give it up.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Thank you so
Catherine.
much.
How
Thanks for having
are
me.
you? Of course. Now, I know I want to get right into it. I want to let you know I read the book, and
Thank you.
start to finish, you were very welcome. It is awesome. I love the fact that it goes backwards. Like the most recent chapters are, relating to now, all the way back to when you were a little kid, spinning yourself around, getting dizzy and all that good stuff. I enjoyed that immensely, and it was such an easy read. Wouldn't you say so, Megan?
Yeah, I'm reading it currently at the moment.
Oh, you are?
I am. Yes,
Love it.
I'm loving it.
Oh my God, that is awesome. So
You
nice.
know, Adrian, not that many people have commented on the fact that the book goes backward. So, I mean, I really needed to do that for this book. And I'm really glad you picked up on it because, as far as I know, no other memoir starts in the present and ends up with the person being a small child.
Oh my goodness, and I am getting a golf clap from Megan for being able to pick that out and point that out. I thank you for noticing.
I mean, this is now adding to my reading experience.
Yes.
It's like I love getting those little clues along the way. It's
Exactly.
like, oh, whoa, this is also happening. Is this going back to like inner child?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
is.
so
Yeah.
fun. It was so fun reading it. And I got to tell you, Catherine, this is how I set the scene. And I let the listeners know, I believe, a few episodes ago. I had the YouTube music, the classical music going. I'd already took down a J. And I'm reading. I'm under a blanket. And I'm enjoying life. Cozy.
Yeah.
4 hours later,
4 hours later.
the book is done.
Great.
And all I gotta say is that poor friend of yours. I don't know if I don't feel bad for her at all. You know who I'm talking about.
The friend that
The friend.
cut me out.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's funny. That is the chapter that really doesn't have all that much to do with cannabis. But it's
I
a chapter
know.
that hits home. And I had a reader just call me and tell me about how he had just gotten frozen out from his best friend. And that he just called me to talk about that experience. And when you're a writer, you really love to connect. And to connect through pot, to connect through writing, to connect through emotion and your friends. It's just one of the reasons writers write is to communicate and to get something coming back.
Most definitely. And I felt it. Like when I read that chapter, I felt like I empathized with you, and I was like, wow, this is really deep. And I didn't pick up on that. It was the only chapter that didn't have to do with cannabis.
Well, I said at the end, I said, maybe if Celia had ever smoked pot, it would have made a difference. And then I say, but maybe that's just a pipe dream.
Without reading this chapter yet, I'm already connecting to it.
Oh, you are going to connect to that in a major way. And I got to tell you, that's one of the things. Great you said that, Megan, the connectivity. Because a lot of the things that are taking place in the book, you can relate to in one form or another. Mm-hmm. Like how Catherine is averse to alcohol. I'm starting to feel that way now, where I went to this massive liquor store with my bestie last week over Memorial Day weekend, and I felt nothing.
Yeah.
Walking through all those aisles, and it's
Right.
so big, and there's so much variety, and of course, you walk down that vodka aisle. There's every flavor known to man,
So much.
and I felt
Too much.
Too much.
Way too much.
There is an Old Bay vodka.
Yeah.
Old Bay.
And the only thing I can say that that's good for is Bloody Marys. It would be perfect
Right.
for Bloody Marys. But then also, why do you want to add in those extra additives? Just use Old Bay.
Exactly.
And, like, you just got to get the cheap vodka.
There it is. So I walked down all these aisles, felt nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, eh. So I related to that too as I was reading through the book, and every mention of alcohol aversion, I was like, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
So I applaud you, Catherine, for this memoir. And it's interesting. It came out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So what made you decide to then make an anniversary edition?
The 10th anniversary.
Yes.
Actually, it wasn't my decision. My publisher said, it's almost 10 years since your book was published, and so much has changed. And the book, got a lot of attention when it first came out 10 years ago. I mean, the fact that somebody, who seems pretty normal and straight, I have a house, I got children, I live in the suburbs. So to someone like that is saying, yeah, and I smoke pot all the time, that kind of shocked people. The New York Times did an interview with me in their news section just because I smoke pot. I
And
mean,
that-
it was pretty amazing.
And I'm so sorry to cut you, but that's where it all started, that New York Times article, right?
Well, that started
Like-
the major interest in me from other outlets. Yeah.
Yes. Outstanding. Catherine, that is amazing. I'm so sorry I jumped in on that. I was just super
No,
excited.
that's fine.
Oh my gosh.
But let me tell you of the other things that we thought it would be a good idea to publish it again, because since then I've written about cannabis in various publications, and so these became 9 additional chapters. So the book is a little longer than the last book, and I'm very thrilled and proud that Steve D'Angelo, this great cannabis hero, wrote an introduction to the book.
And that's like the cherry on top.
That's what I felt.
Delectable dessert, because it was such an honor to meet you and Steve D'Angelo, and obviously Jamie Lubin. Shout out to you, editor
Shout
at
out to
large
Jamie.
at Honeysuckle Magazine. So it's all of this like perfect storm of what the universe put together. I'm so forever grateful for all that, to be able to meet you, read the book, and now interview you about it. This is
So, Adrian,
yes.
what did you think of that launch party?
Oh, I love the launch party.
Ah,
I
let me
loved
tell
it.
your listeners, it was held at a dispensary, at a beautiful dispensary in New York called Mighty Lucky.
Mighty lucky.
Yeah, and we were mighty lucky because we were supplied with all these free pre-rolls.
Oh,
Some
yes,
people
we
were
were.
just going right outside the door, having a little smoke, coming back in, having a little food and something. It was really mellow. And then Jamie did this wonderful Q&A with me, and she asked some tough questions, I'll tell you.
They
But
were.
it was
You
great.
handled it though.
Thank
You
you.
handled it, especially after going outside and having a little smoke, having a little food. You were magnificent. I got to tell you.
Well,
And
thank
that
you.
event from start to finish was so much fun, Megan.
I agree. I really had a ball.
Cannabis events are fun.
Yeah.
They are. Oh my gosh. They are so chill, so
It's true.
relaxed. And I want to ask you really quickly. So, what was it? I got a question for you. What was it like handing down your delivery person to your kids? What did that feel like for you?
Well, it had this nice, cozy family feeling for those who may not have read the book. I had the same, when pot was illegal, I had the same dealer for maybe 30 years.
30
I,
years.
30 years. He was incredibly safe. You could never call him. There was no emailing him. You had the key to his downstairs door, and you went up these filthy steps to the teeny little apartment, and you had to know his office hours. And his office hours were 8 to 10, Monday to Thursday night. So in these 8 hours a week, he dealt a lot of pop. Not to me. I would buy an ounce at a time, maybe two, but there were a lot of people buying much bigger weight, let's just say. So this guy would take on no new clients. He just wanted to be safe with his old ones. But he would occasionally take the children of his clients who were now like 20 and 25. So
Oh wow, this gentleman had a legacy program.
he really did.
Oh my
He did.
God, that is amazing. Can
So
you
this
imagine?
first chapter of the original book was about going up, and the New York Times printed, in addition to that article about me, they printed the first chapter of the book, which was called How I Buy Weed. Now, for the new edition, we had to say how I used to buy weed because, I don't have to climb up those nasty steps anymore. Be there, between 8 and 10 and so on. I just go into a local dispensary. There's one up here in the suburbs near White Plains. It's a great place. So it's completely changed that aspect of cannabis.
So now, how I'm really grateful for you to segue into that because I wanted to know how do you feel about going into a dispensary and things of that nature with your wealth of knowledge?
Hey, those bud tenders know more than I do. Come on. I mean, all I know is about smoking. They can tell you discrimination, this will do this, this will do that. I'm fine. It's wonderful to go to a place where, my old dealer, he never said where it came from. He would just take out a big bag of weed and say, "So you want your usual?" I say, "Yeah, give me an ounce or give me two." No, you go into a dispensary, you want to giggle, you want to sleep, you want to get energized, this and that, and they will sell you different strains and so on. So, somebody asked me recently, has the thrill got out of it for you now that it's legal? And I have to say, not at all. The fear has gone out of it, that's for sure. But, it's wonderful to smoke a joint and not be worried, is there, a cop nearby or whatever.
So now, what is the thrill?
Oh, well, I mean, no, there is no thrill in terms of fear.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
say that it's such a normal part of my day that maybe thrill is not the right word. Chill is the right word.
I
So
love
this is
that.
what I do to chill, you know?
So let me ask you this: in honor of the Bake Sale Session podcast, I don't know if I went over the format with you. So what Megan and I do, what Megan and I do is
Yeah.
before we get into the studio, we have a quick session, between the both of us for about maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then we come in and we're loosey goosey. And I have the guardrails. Megan tries to take me off on an off ramp.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
It's just part of my nature.
It's just part of the nature. So we want to know are you waking and baking right now, or are you just taking
no.
it? Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
I think pot's good for many things. And if you read my book, some of the reviewers have said, "What, she thinks it's good for everything." No, I really don't. I don't think it makes me more articulate. I think that I would rather be completely straight and on my normal game when I'm speaking, publicly.
Understood.
That's fair.
That is
I
fair.
might smoke a joint afterwards, like, phew, that was good. Now I can relax a little, not worry about it,
Yeah.
but not during the actual taping or Zoom or whatever.
Understood. I like that. So now this goes into the next question. What do you think you would partake in after you are finished recording with us?
Oh, well, I will probably use one of those pre-rolls from my party because although the launch was way back like April 21st, I still have a lot of these pre-rolls. So it's
Oh,
really nice. I'm pretty old. I'm 78 and I've got like funky fingers. It's great to have those pre-rolls.
I totally wholeheartedly agree with you. I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I'm on team pre-roll.
I am. Pack a cone, buy a pre-roll or whatever you want to do. I'm good with that.
I like putting it into the cone. It's like the motion of it. It's very meditative.
Right. But, the licking and the glue or whatever it is, I'm done. I'm tired.
No, the cone just twist
Yeah,
at the top.
I am tired. I'm tired, and I'm gonna be 40. Wait, this is the best part. Our good friend Catherine Hiller is 70, and I'm gonna be 47 tomorrow, and I'm tired of the rolling. I commend everyone that's good at it and amazing at it. It's an art form, but I just want to do my thing, and
We can't all be talented at everything.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
we
Yeah.
can't all be.
Because
Megan.
then how will those who can do it shine?
Exactly, and then show us
Yes.
how to do it.
We all bring something to the table.
This is why Megan and I work so well together. You know what I mean? It's like a hybrid, Catherine. This is what it's all about.
We are a hybrid.
We are. So, Catherine,
Yes.
I wanted to know, back to dispensaries. Now, you say that the bud tenders have a lot of knowledge. What are some of the things that you enjoy about going to a dispensary as compared to, your previous
My old dealer
situation?
friend.
Yes.
Well, it's easier. I don't have to come in with the car and be terrified. What if a cop stops me on the way home? They'll have like a tail light's not working, and then they go in the car and they smell it. So it wasn't, a really easy thing. Going into dispensary is great. I mean, the main thing is I'm not worried, and two, there's a huge choice. Three, it's probably not as cheap as it used to be. I mean, these dealers, they don't have as many upfront costs and so on. So, I mean, I think the last time, he was really incredibly cheap, maybe 180 an ounce. On the other hand, it wasn't great stuff, but it was good stuff. Anyway, so what do I like about the dispensaries? They're there, they're legal, they're clean. Now, I have to say something here. Everybody makes a big fuss about indica or sativa, and I have tried many times in various dispensaries, wherever I am. I'll say, well, let me have a little bit of your most highly indica, and then let me have another kind of the sativa, because I really want to know that big difference that everyone's always talking about. I see a little difference,
Right.
but in all honesty, it's not this huge thing that people seem to be thinking, or my head doesn't work that way. But I have not found sativa gives me all this energy and oh wow, and I have not found that indica makes me like, oh, couch locked, sitting on that couch, can't move. I find, cannabis is cannabis, and it's all good for me, but I don't notice that particular distinction.
I like what you just said. Cannabis is cannabis. It's all good for me.
Yeah.
I think
Amen.
amen. We need to put that on a T-shirt or a sticker or something.
Sure, I'll buy one.
Ooh, that's a fun sticker. Sticker the whole city with that.
Yeah.
So,
I'll spend my afternoon doing that happily.
so I have another question for you in regards to dispensaries. Now, you in the suburbs back in the day, there was a couple, and they needed your assistance, and they enlisted you to make a purchase for them. Now, are you still sought out for advice when it comes to what to get at a dispensary or what to do or anything of that nature?
No, and I don't know what you're really referring to. I would be happy to help people, but
So there was a couple that you were helping. I think they were
oh,
neighbors or something, and one.
you're talking about, then this was 10 years ago. So for me, it was like amazing that this couple who were 80 years old,
Yes,
that's the one we're talking about.
yes,
Okay.
that's it.
So these were friends of my aunt, and You have to read the book to find out. It's called An Ounce for the Octogenarian. And I bought them an ounce from my
Yes.
dealer in New York, and they told me what they're going to use it for, and I was thrilled for them.
I love that. I love that. So now, are people still seeking you out for advice, even when they're like going to a dispensary or anything of that nature? Or
Not really, no.
okay, okay,
No. I mean, a dispensary, doesn't need any more advice than like a grocery store. I mean, you go in and someone helps you out, and that's that. No, I people will talk to me. This is something I really want to discuss or mention to you, Adrian. People who have never smoked pot will say, "Oh, should I do it?" Now, maybe do it with me. And I say, "Hey, you're 50, 60, 70 years old. You've never smoked pot. There's a reason for that. I don't want to be the one to lead you into anything. Go smoke, try it. If you enjoy it, then we'll do it together. But at this point in your life, you've had so many chances and you've turned them down. And maybe there's a reason. Maybe you're one of those people that gets all anxious and crazed when they smoke pot. Don't smoke pot with me. That's fine. Just, everyone has their thing. This is my thing. But it's probably not your thing.
I like that, Catherine. How do you feel about that, Megan?
That's great.
Yeah, what makes it so great?
What? Well, I mean, it's just you just gotta go with how you feel, right? If it's gonna make you anxious, then don't do it. If
Yeah,
yeah, if there's reasons that you gotta trust.
you got to trust the reasons.
Yeah.
Even when you do consume, you still got to trust the reasons. Like, I feel good enough right now. I don't need to be at 30,000 feet.
Yeah.
No need for that.
Yeah. You don't
Right.
need to babysit.
No, you don't need to be babysat.
Yeah.
So, Catherine,
Yes.
I wanna close with this. What, where would you like to see cannabis in the next 5 years, perhaps?
Well, the
When it's
most
the
important
15,
thing,
when it's the
okay,
15 year
sure, in the
edition.
future or in the next 5 years, it's got to be descheduled. It can't be listed as a dangerous drug like heroin or amphetamines. We've got thousands and thousands of years of human beings using cannabis, not one single overdose. Come on, you could not. And then people say, it hasn't been studied enough. Oh, yes, it has. 25,000 studies? I mean, some drugs are brought to market with 4 studies. So come on, this is incredibly safe, incredibly beneficial, and you know, federal law has got to come to grips with that. It's also got to be, so these are legal changes. It's got to be changed so that dispensaries and so on can use banking systems. It's so
Yes.
difficult for them to have to do everything in cash and worry about theft and so on. So those are ways that, our country can move forward and acknowledge that cannabis is a major substance that people are using and enjoying without much harm. The only harm I've heard about is people eating it, and that I can't, I agree that could be harmful. I never will ingest it. It's not going into my body, it's going into my mouth and my lungs.
Oh yeah. We've all had the edible story where you eat something and you're like 20, 30 minutes later, "Oh, this ain't shit. I'll take another one." And
Right.
then Mike Tyson comes with that right hook and you are just
See you later.
done. See you later.
See you later. I'll be back. I don't know when.
Exactly. I'm going on a journey.
Yeah.
But I hope we wholeheartedly agree with your stances, and we are hopefully going to be able to be part of that positive change here at the Bake Sales Session podcast.
Good,
And
good.
and Catherine, again, I can't thank you enough for
Well, I thank you, and I thank your readers, your listeners. I hope they'll pick up a copy of this iconic. I'm
yes.
laughing because everyone's iconic, but it is the only marijuana memoir, so they should pick up a copy of Just Say Yes. If they're ordering on Amazon, they got to order the green cover, not the red cover, because the green cover has all the good new material and the introduction by Steve D'Angelo.
Oh,
So
yes.
just say yes, folks. Just say yes.
Yeah, go green.
Go green. Just say yes with Catherine Hiller. Catherine, I want to say thank you again. You have been an amazing guest, and we would love to have you on again.
Yes, please come back.
Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Megan.
You have
Nice
Thank
to
yourself,
be
you.
here.
oh my gosh, and you have yourself a great day. Catherine Hiller, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, Catherine.
Bye now, Adrian.
Bye.
Okay, and we are back with episode 16 of the Bake Sale Session podcast.
Ooh.
Chantilly Cake. Oh my goodness, what an interview we had with Catherine Hiller.
We sure did.
Legend, icon, Just Say Yes.
Yep.
A Marijuana Memoir, the 10th anniversary edition. A great read. And again, snaps to Catherine. Oh my goodness. But I got to tell you something, Megan. We were off last week. I don't even know if the listeners noticed. It's all good.
Yeah, because it's like that Memorial Day Monday. It like it
Exactly.
eliminates days of the week, and then everyone's
Exactly.
confused.
You're confused and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, what? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
So Memorial Day weekend, went down south to see my godson nephew graduate from high school.
Oh.
It was
nice.
amazing. My bestie from college, sweetheart. She's like my sister from another mister.
Okay.
You know, one of those deals.
Yeah.
So we went, and I got to tell you, schools in the suburbs, these graduations are quick. The graduation was like an hour and a half. There's only like 100 and something kids. I graduated 96, a class of 600.
600.
Dude.
And their class was 132.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. I was like, are you kidding me
This is
right
high
now?
school.
Yes.
My high school, I was. I think we might have been like 120 graduating. Started 180.
What?
Or maybe it was like 220. I don't know, but still, yeah.
Oh my god.
Smaller class.
Small, dude. So it was a culture shock or whatever. And what was really funny was the two administrators for the school, Miss Seaman and Mr. Nodick.
Okay.
So in every speech, everyone was referring to Miss Seaman and Mr. Nodick. So we are all, the entire section that we're in of the juvenile delinquents,
Trying to hold it.
trying to
together.
hold it together.
Oh my gosh.
Trying.
And they're in high school
Yes.
with those names.
With those names and their administrators.
And they decided we're gonna rise together.
Yes. Mrs. Seaman and Mr. Nodick.
Oh my god. Is Mr. No Dick married?
I don't know.
God, I hope
But
he
it
is.
seemed like there was like some little, there's all every school there's always that, it looks like there's that one dude and chick that looks like will they, won't they?
Mhm.
It looked like it was those two.
Yeah.
It really, and you could just hear the and it was so bad. I like reverted to like 1997. I was like, what is happening?
Were other people just like looking around going, we all heard that, right?
Yes.
Everybody, we all heard that?
Well, I mean, the parents, they were like, yeah, whatever.
They're just numb to it
Numb
at this
to
point.
it. But me coming in hot from New York,
Yeah.
and of course I hit the penjamin before I hit the graduation.
Yep.
I'm like, it was wild, but it was really awesome to see my nephew graduate and do all that good stuff. So that was a lot of fun. And then we went to that massive liquor store.
Mm.
The thing was like, it looked like a hangar. It was that massive. And it was like just liquor for miles and miles and miles. Like one half was just wine and then the other half was spirits.
Yeah.
And in the back, that back shelf, that's where all the soda was. But it was just liquor overload.
Yeah.
And I felt nothing. I was just like, ugh. Because they were having a graduation party and, you got to liquor up the parents. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotta have the bar.
you got to have the booze.
Yeah.
So there was that.
This
but
is the suburbs.
This is the suburbs.
Yeah.
So we did that. We went to Sam's Club, ripped the penjamin again, and it was outstanding.
Yeah. Were you making good choices?
The best choices, because I was helping out with the shopping and the errands. It's perfect. So we get to the tortilla aisle in Sam's Club. My bestie's like, yeah, we're making 200 of these things or whatever. I'm like, dude, you don't want those. Those are too big. You want these little ones.
Yeah.
And you're going to get like $5 each. She's like, wait, how much is that? I'm like, are you serious right now? That's 200 right there.
Saving money.
I just got you 10 of these. Like, how are you not clicking right now? And I just hit my pen.
You took it.
And I'm like, I'm off to the races, dude.
You're like, we have tests we have to take care of.
Oh, wait. It gets even better. It gets better because check this out. Not too far away, there was a baby getting ready to have a massive meltdown.
Oh.
So what do? I step in and I'm just out of nowhere. So the kid is stunned.
You walk over to the kid.
Yeah. So the kid is stunned.
I had to make sure I heard that correctly.
The mom and the grandma are there, and he's in the cart in the seat, like ready to just unload, like and I just pop
you're
up.
like a booba dooba dooba dabba dooba dooba.
Exactly.
And then walk off.
No, but the kid is then like, he's just like, wait, what?
He's like, what is happening?
So all the meltdowns
You can
stopped.
see me?
Yeah.
Is it because he wanted to be seen?
I may be.
Oh man.
So then I'm doing like I puff out my cheeks and then go like. So then he's just like.
He's loving it.
He's beside himself. Mom and grandma.
You're now saving money on the party list,
yep.
And you are making babies smile.
Exactly.
What else is happening?
Oh, there is one more. But I walked away, and the mom and the grandma. Oh my God, that's so amazing! I love. Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
So this was the cherry on top.
Great.
I find big bulk stores, they are agita inducing. And I'll explain because it's so big and there's too many choices.
There's a lot going on.
And you're doing all this math in your head because you're like, oh, this thing has how many ounces? How much is it? How much would it be at another store? And you're like, you look like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover.
Yeah, okay.
That blackjack scene.
Okay.
Like all this math is just in your head. And you're just like,
It's a lot of math.
A lot of math. So we get to the spice aisle and I'm like, whoa. They got these bulk spices. One is hamburger flavored. One is like jerk seasoned. I'm like, I'm excited. So I said to my bestie, I was like, dude, if you get these for me, I will Venmo you. She's like, no, don't worry. Just get me lunch. I was like, yes. So we were just like cracking up and laughing or something. And this other lady comes up behind us and she's like, oh, I just wanted to get to the whatever. And we were telling her what was happening with us, like with the baby and all. We're just having a great day. And I was like, yeah, I ripped the penjamin, so I'm feeling great. Okay. She was like, oh my goodness, you did what? She was beside herself.
Okay, this is a new person. Never met this. How old?
She's probably in her 40s.
In her 40s. Oh, okay.
Because it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday morning, Sam's Club. So it's empty. Okay. And everyone's there to like.
For a moment, I'm thinking that this person's like in their 60s.
No,
okay. So this person's like your contemporary.
Yes.
And okay, so now you're just making a comment, and they're just like, "Damn, I guess we are saying that now out loud."
And she was just like, "That's amazing.
How fun!"
Oh yeah, she did the little shoulder shimmy too. Oh my goodness.
Well.
And it was hysterical because she was like, "I get Keenan a lot." And my friend gets Maya Rudolph. So we were like, what is she going to do? What are all these people going to do when they go back and tell their tales?
Yeah. That's fun. Because it could be Keenan.
Yeah.
Right?
You are now in somebody's tale.
Cool.
You're a backyard story or something. Or a fire pit story.
I think I met Keenan Thompson today.
In Sam's Club?
I mean, I guess that would make sense. He has a family. Everybody stops at Sam's Club.
Oh my goodness, there was this guy. He just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And little Brandon, little Jalen, he was great.
He just stopped.
He just stopped.
It really changed his whole attitude and his outlook on life. He's talking about being a therapist one day. And I'm like, you're not even potty trained. How do you already have a career path? And he just looked at me and he goes, no, I saw confidence today, and I'm ready to make change. Now, that's a baby.
Let me tell you.
That's crazy. You changed the trajectory of that child's life.
It's so clutch.
Yeah.
You have to be able to sense that.
But that's nice, being like, being somebody in somebody's life, but you walk away. Like you never understand really like why everybody comes into your life. Like there's a purpose for it, and sometimes it's just those like brief encounters. Sometimes I even show like you could be silly.
Right.
You know, like that might be what somebody was watching you do, and they're like, "Hey, I guess you could be silly and you can change."
Right. Oh my god.
Because other people were watching that too that you don't even know.
That is true. Oh my god.
Yeah, and of course they're still shopping. That would have been me. I'd be like, I'm still shopping. I'm not stopping for this, but okay, locked.
You're not stopping?
No, but it's been logged. It's been logged.
But I will tell you though, ripping the penjamin before these tasks.
Yeah, it helps.
It helps.
Yeah.
It helps because the exact opposite happened when I went to Costco.
Oh.
So now I love Costco. It's just that this particular.
This is not a Costco hate.
No, it's not. I love Costco.
Okay.
I love Costco. You should see the picture for my ID. Smile. It was like a headshot.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
Okay. But this particular location, it is cavernous. So it's in a basement on Queens Boulevard.
All right.
So it's gray, dark. No signal. There's no signal at all.
No signal?
None, because you're in a basement and it's all cinder block.
That seems like a start of a apocalyptic type movie. Like imagine you're all stuck down there, but you don't even know that there's an apocalypse.
You have no clue what's going on.
Yeah,
dude.
And you guys have all of the supplies, but nobody's aware of the power that you yield.
With frozen chicken tenders.
There is an oven in that place. They have a bakery.
They do. Oh, yeah, they do.
They
the
do
rotisserie chickens.
Listen,
and the hot dogs.
That's
a
great place to get stuck.
Dude.
But if you don't even have signals, then you're not even preparing for the future.
When I was walking out of Costco, the line for the food stuff, like the hot dogs, it was bananas because it's hot dogs, pizzas, and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to get out of here. Like the pen wore off, and I was like, I can't be in here anymore.
Get me out.
Get me out. I got enough stuff to cradle in two folded arms.
Yeah.
2 folded arms. I can cradle enough stuff. I got my complimentary box.
Great.
Everything fits perfectly, and I'm ready. Self-checkout, done. Fine.
Cool. Fine.
And you always have to do, like, where am I going to put this? Because my bestie in the suburbs, it's like you just get the stuff and you got places to put it. With us, it's like, where are we putting 50 rolls of paper towels?
Yeah, and then you have to, like, add a shelf in, like a secret shelf in, like, the high up in the closet. Because you're like, actually, those closets go really high. There's a lot of space.
Dude.
And then, but to get that shelf up, you have to do it, like, backwards.
Yes.
And, like, the way you have to bend in order to just hide it. Is this ringing true to everybody? Yes. Because we all have put up extra shelves.
Oh, of course. My mother put up extra shelves in the coat closet.
How do we get them? How do we get to all the stuff?
I know. And it was like, and that's my deterrent.
Yeah.
Where am I going to put this stuff? Yeah. Then the other deterrent
is already occupied by the toilet paper and the paper towels.
Exactly.
That is what it's for.
Where am I putting this stuff? So I got like 4 things, and I'm like, this is all I need, and I'm good. When I got out, I was like, ah. I was like, thank goodness. But it's just that particular location.
That one location.
Because it's underground. But yeah. I love Costco.
Best place to be in an apocalypse.
Dude.
Worst place outside of one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that all makes sense.
It does. So that's where you would want to be, and
I wouldn't want to. I don't know. I think
you would give up. You wouldn't be a freedom fighter.
No, I think I take my chances above ground.
Okay.
And fight.
Right.
Probably.
I mean, that shoulder shrug is not.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Not fight? Like, I'm not sitting around. I don't have. I'm gonna sit and watch the kids. Written on me. You know, that's not my role in the apocalypse.
No.
Yeah.
You're not going to hold the coats while everybody else is on the roller coaster or the bags.
No, I will watch the bags though at a concert if everybody else wants to go up closer. I'm happy sitting on the blanket in the back.
Really?
That's where, because then I can dance in the back too and like not have to worry about everyone getting into me. And if I have everyone's back, it's like, just, you guys want to go up into that mess? Go into that mess. I'll sit back here.
But then how do they find you?
Well, I'm didn't leave the blankets.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the blanket is the marker.
Take your phone. Leave your bag. And I say that because I got lost on shrooms.
What?
Yeah, I was at Bonnaroo many, many years ago. But the shrooms kicked in when I was on the line to the bathroom. Like, we ate them. I was like, I'll go to the bathroom. And I was like, I'll remember how to get back. They're by the trees. It's Tennessee. There's trees everywhere, okay? And so, while I'm on the line, all of a sudden I'm getting very like talkative and I'm now telling jokes. And so I think actually that's where me and comedian Natalie Wall first met.
Right.
Was on the line in Bonnaroo, and we made the connection later. She was like, I remember being on the line. And because we were at the same for Mumford and Sons. And she was like, and I was talking to somebody. It was just so funny. She was like, holy crap, was that you? And we're like, we think that maybe it was. But then, so then I went into the stall.
Right.
And then all of it was like, and I transported.
Oh, no.
And when I came out, I was like, oh, no, shoot.
How long did it take to kick in?
Kicked in it was like within a half hour.
What?
Yeah, from like when we ate it to the bathroom. I mean, I had a great time like trying to find them because then it's like I met new people along the way. Some people were like, we see you keep walking, hang out with us. I ran into somebody I work with.
What?
Yeah, it was so crazy. And then I found my friends after the show, and then they put me on lockdown.
Now wait, how long did it last? Do you remember?
I ate a lot.
Oh my god!
And then I kept eating because I was also it was in my possession. I was I was the keeper of the shrooms.
Oh no!
And
the keeper of the shrooms.
And I kept munching.
The keeper of the shrooms.
I had such a fun day.
Wait, you had a fun day? You didn't like go over the cliff or like?
No, well then I wasn't allowed to go anywhere by myself after that. So if I even wanted to go to the bathroom, I had to like say to my friends, I was like, all right, can somebody take me to the bathroom?
What? Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That's an amazing mushroom story.
Yeah, it was fun.
I hope I can do that one day.
Yeah.
But I got to make sure I keep you and Catherine Hiller in mind. So it's do it on your own, not with experience for the first time on your own.
Well, shrooms, it's good to do it with people.
Okay.
You know, it's like because shrooms it's a little bit stronger, and then it's like I don't know. I would say for shrooms to do it with somebody like you trust.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, you're not gonna go up to like a random person that like you sort of know that does mushrooms and be like, hey, can you
show me the way?
Take me on a trip? No, you're gonna like somebody who is already in your circle.
Got it.
Will find you.
Ah.
The shrooms will find you.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I like that. The shrooms will find you. Well, you know what found us? That magazine launch party.
Oh.
The magazine launch party for who? The Other.
Yes. We went to the Other launch party.
It was so much fun.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. It was a hazy time.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And I got to tell you, the Other magazine, it is amazing. It is topical. It is on the mark. And it is just, I'm excited for what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
And they had so many folks there. That was really impressive. You had like MFNY, you had Butter. I mean, it was just on and on and on and on and on. And it was really fun. What did you think about it?
Different people, different backgrounds, all coming together because of the connection through
the plant.
You know, it's nice.
It is nice.
It's just like celebrating.
Yes. It really was a fun celebration of the plant.
Yeah.
You know what else was also fun?
What?
We walked in and like some people like knew who we were.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty fun.
That was
pretty fun. And wow. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. It was cool. I guess we're doing the right things.
Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much for listening. And I want to make sure I shout out the Other magazine once again. I want to make sure I shout out Ranch Guerra. Oh my goodness. The founder and publisher, Peter Shafran. Oh my goodness, I am so happy to have made your acquaintance. And Megan, I know you are too.
Yeah.
It was like just a great time. And we ended up meeting some good people. We have to review. We got some stuff to review.
Yep.
And I know there's one review that we have to talk about probably next week because I'm excited to talk about straight gas. We got a sample of that from our good friend 18 Baby Blue, aka Samantha.
Oh yeah.
And I'm excited to talk about that as well because you went MacGyver, and we're gonna let people think about that for next week. You had to go MacGyver on that one pre-roll.
Oh yeah.
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 And that MacGyver technique is something you learned from who? Bo Aluli. From where? Mighty Lucky Dispensaries.
Mighty Lucky.
And just so you know, they got back their Instagram page. Give them a follow. Meta was being funky with them. They are amazing people. Bo and Doobie of Mighty Lucky Dispensaries. You gotta love them on Bowery. 259 Bowery.
That sounds right.
That sounds right. 259 Bowery.
Yeah.
If anything, I'll correct it.
Yeah.
I'll
You could
edit
also,
it.
you could double check, put it into Google.
I could double check it
No,
right now.
or I mean, anybody who's going there,
That is true.
right? You're always gonna double check something.
You always are going to double
Imagine
check.
somebody was like, "No, they gave me the address on a podcast,
And then we get
and
a review.
that's it."
We get a 1-star review because we gave the wrong direction.
Cool podcast, bad direction. I would love it if that was a review.
Oh
that
my
somebody
God.
was like, I loved everything about this except for the very incorrect directions that they give.
I can't believe it. Adrian and Megan think they're hot stuff, but they don't know directions.
No, they don't know their left from their right. And that's true. That's a disability of mine. If you tell me left, I have to think about it.
Oh my God.
Like I have to I'd have to do the ham thing.
Oh, I still get
Yeah.
turned around in Manhattan.
It's like,
East, west. I still get turned around.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be 47 tomorrow.
Ooh,
Yeah.
tomorrow's the day.
Tomorrow's the day.
I knew we had a birthday coming
That's
up.
right. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. 47. And I still get turned around in the city, even with Google Maps on.
Yeah.
Like, which way is east, west? I'm like, what? You remember that I double back?
Oh, yeah.
Double back? Like, what?
Double back.
But again, the event, the other magazine's launch party is amazing. You need to check them out. Pick them up at any dispensary. Oh my goodness. There's actually another dispensary that opened not too long ago called Superfly.
Superfly, that's fun.
And I believe I forget where they are. Superfly, I got to visit them, see what they're all about. What's going on with you, Megan?
I also want to give you an update because remember I told you I was starting to my grow journey?
Yes.
Okay, so I have them out on my fire escape and I have to I took them in, going, it was cool and all this stuff. So it started with 5 seeds.
Right.
Knowing that, we're probably not going to get growth on, but 2 of them are still with us. So
Right.
I think we have 2. And I look at that.
Oh my God.
Look, it's growing.
Dude, oh wow, Dom, you got to take a look at this. Dude, look at that.
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh wow, that is amazing.
I'll
Oh, my
show it
God.
to you afterwards.
We're
well.
gonna
I
show
got a
it
good
to you.
look. Excuse me.
You got a good look?
Got to use that cough button.
Sorry about that. I tried growing before, maybe like a year or 2 ago.
Right?
I tried 3 plants. One of them made it to like phase 2, it's called. I'm not just too familiar with
Yeah.
the terminology, but
Right?
it did not last too long. As soon as I brought it outside, it didn't last.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know I'm in a sweet spot of just knowing that I could get the seedlings to start, and it's just, but I hope it can continue, but I know it's hard
It
outside.
is. But you got this.
Yeah, so that's kind of exciting.
I love that. Oh my God, you got to post that picture.
No.
No? You don't want to post it? Okay. Oh, because it might be bad juju?
Yeah, also, we've learned so much about Instagrams getting taken down
Yes.
because people I just don't want that happening.
Yes.
And it's not that I don't want people to know
Right.
about this part of my life.
Of course.
Because it's kind of funny if you don't at this point.
Exactly.
But I just don't want somebody stupid.
Yeah, you want to toe that line.
But if it's in stories, it's safer.
Yes.
I just wouldn't,
Reels are forever.
yeah.
Stories,
Stories.
24 hours done.
Everybody sees it. How fun.
Yeah.
You like it.
Exactly.
Next.
On to the next.
On to the next.
Flood the zone.
Sure.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I flood the zone with my little bit of content, and then something I cooked, and the zone is flooded. You're like, you're whiplash, so you don't know which way to look. So we feeling good?
We're feeling great. I think we did it.
I think we did it. Episode 16.
16's in the books.
Chantilly Cake.
Ooh,
We
yeah.
talked to the legendary, the iconic Catherine Hiller, author of Just Say Yes, a marijuana memoir, 10th edition. We just put it down for the other magazine. They're out with their spring issue, volume 1, issue 3. They had their launch party this past week. It was a stone groove. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun, and we're just getting started. And with that, Megan, are we out?
We're out.
We're out. Take it easy, y'all. Love ya.
Bye.
See ya.